and welcome to Pimpin' Positivity Podcast. My name is Alethea, but you may also know me as Miss HDIC. Welcome. We are here to motivate, inspire, and empower. So today, we're going to talk about something that I had to learn how to do. So the topic that we are going to discuss is you going to unlearn today. Because there's so many things that I've been taught that has messed me up. And I know that y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, because there's things that the world has told us. There's things that society has told us that made us believe things that we should not. So we're going to dive into that because listen. So as you can see, I am a plus size, superlicious diva, okay? And also know that this podcast is live on both of my platforms, on Instagram and TikTok. So I will be going back and forth answering questions between them. So growing up, as you can see, I'm plus size with the superlicious diva and everything else. But I was taught that when a plate of food was put in front of me, if my grandma cooked and she made our food, I could not get up off that table until everything was finished. That was the pattern. That was the habit. Like, you had to eat everything on your plate. You could not get up until everything was done. So this is something that was a learned behavior, that I had to eat everything on my plate. I see people saying, right, yes, facts, yes. It was something that was learned. So even if I was full, they didn't want to hear that. They just thought that I didn't want to eat it. But I'm telling you, I'm full, but I still could not leave that table until everything was done off of my plate. So this was something that was learned. But then that was the same people that told me that I was too big. That was the same people that told me that I needed to lose weight. Well, maybe if you didn't make me eat my food, then maybe I wouldn't be this size. So that carried over into my adult life. So everywhere that I went, and I went to any restaurant or anything like that, I thought that if it was put in front of me, I had to eat everything on my plate. Even if I was full, I still had to eat everything on my plate. So that gave me a bad relationship with food. How many of y'all have been there where this caused you to have a bad relationship with food? So we had to unlearn that. I had to unlearn that and know when my body is full and know when to stop, because it became a mental thing, because I saw it, because it was there. I felt that I had to have it just because it was there. My body wasn't physically hungry, but because I'm looking at it, I felt that I had to have it. How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's so hard to unlearn, especially when you're trying to go on a journey to make yourself better. Another thing that I had to unlearn, and that most people will, women especially. So oftentimes in my childhood, what was told to me was all I needed was a good man to provide and take care of me. This is something that was learned, right? Was it not? This was something that was learned. This was something that you were told as women. All you need, girl, all you need is a good man, girl, that's going to take care of you, that is going to provide for you. This is all that you need. You need you a good man, a man that's going to take care of you. Okay, but they didn't say you need you a good man that's going to take care of you, that's also going to respect you, that's also going to treat you right, that's not going to handle you any type of way. All they said was that you need you a good man that's going to provide for you and take care of you. So often, so that is learned. This is something that is learned. So now when we get into these relationships with these men that take care of us, the reason why we can't leave is because they are our provider, but they do not respect us, but they are a provider. They talk to us any kind of way, but they take care of us though, but they are a provider. And that's what we've been told that we need to look for. That's what was learned. Pitt Mama said that finding a man is not easy. Let me tell you something. It's not, because this is something that we have been learned. We have been taught that all we need is a man that is going to take care of us. That's what we've been taught. Exactly. We have to learn how to break generational bad habits. And the thing that I hate to hear is that it runs in the family. Well, baby, it runs out with me. It runs out with me. Generational curses will stop with me. We don't have to keep carrying that curse. Just because this is something that runs in the family does not mean that you have to keep running with it. You do not have to keep running with it because it ran out with me. So y'all need to get that out of your, this is just our generational curse. It runs in the family. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I am a curse breaker, okay? I'm a curse breaker. I don't just, this is where it runs out. With you is where it runs out. And I'm trying not to say too much, because like we still trying to get this podcast situation together. But listen, something else that we have been programmed to believe is being alone is equivalent to being lonely. So if you are alone, then you are lonely. That's what people tell you. Because that is incorrect. Being alone means that you are able to enjoy your own company. When you are alone, then that means that you have the ability to enjoy your own company by yourself, that you don't need anybody else to have fun. You can go to the restaurant with yourself. You can go out by yourself. I ain't gotta take nobody else to the bathroom with me, because I can go on my own. Because why you gotta come with me? Like, why we gotta go in threes? I am good with me. I'm good with me. So being alone and being lonely are two totally different things. Being alone is a state of being. Being lonely is a feeling. Loneliness is a feeling. You can feel lonely because you are by yourself. But being alone is a state of being. So we need to unlearn that, because there are a lot of people who are single on purpose. They're single on purpose. Okay? Because you can be with somebody right now, but you choose peace. You choose happiness. You don't choose drama. So you would rather be by yourself, because being by yourself, you ain't got to deal with all of that. And baby, sometimes you have to find yourself by yourself. So you don't need all that. People are single on purpose, and people be like, oh, well, why are you single? Because I'm happy. Why are you single? Because I'm at peace. I'm at peace. So that's why I am single. And let me tell you something right now that people will tell you, no, it is okay for you to be single. It is okay for you to be alone with you. It is totally okay. You ain't got to be with nobody else that's going to bring negativity into your house. You don't know what's coming into your life. And we have to make sure that what is around us is right for us. The people that we bring into our lives have to be right for us. So I need to have some type of discernment of who I want in my house. Because, baby, you might be bringing in some roaches into your home. And it takes a long time to get rid of roaches. Baby, there is a such thing called emotional roaches. And you bringing this into your house, baby. Look at Risa Tisa, honey. Look at Risa Tisa. Like she thought that she was bringing the man of her dreams into her home. And people don't always tell you exactly who they are at the time. And I don't want to find that out later. I don't want to find out who you are later. Exactly, because emotional roaches multiply. Look at Risa Tisa right now. This man just started lying and kept lying and kept lying and kept lying. It multiplies. So this is why we have to be careful of who we allow in our lives. That's why it is okay for you to be alone. Because being alone is a state of being. Being lonely is a feeling. So just because you are alone does not mean that you are lonely. Baby, another one that we have to unlearn. We have to unlearn that we need to be worried about what other people think about us. Y'all, please stop. Please stop. Stop worrying about what other people think about you. Okay? Because when you set a lot of self-imposed limitations by worrying about what other people think about you. Let me say that one more time. We set a lot of self-imposed limitations by worrying about what other people think about you. You limit yourself. You limit yourself because you're so concerned what other people think about you that you put limits on yourself. Baby, let me tell you something. What others think about you is not your business. That is not your concern. These people do not live your life. These people are not the author of your story. So why are you worried about what these people have to think about you? These people, they do not serve you in any type of way. You weren't born with them. You're not going to die with them. Now we trying to live up to these people's standards. We trying to maintain a certain way of life. There are people right now that are rich but broke because they are trying to live up to other people's standards. They are broke but wealthy because what you're trying to do is live this life. They do it every day on social media. This is why I am real. Baby, you gonna know that this is authentically me. But they have people that live out their lives on social media and it's all fake. But they are trying to prove something to other people just so they can get a like. They have people that's driving these expensive ass cars, but pull up to their mama house because they cannot afford rent. Just so they can try to prove something to other people. Baby, I do not have to maintain a certain type of lifestyle for anybody. I do not have to maintain a certain type of standard for anybody but the person that looks back at me in the mirror. And that's me. I am the only person that's standing in the mirror with me. So the only person that I have to prove anything to is the person that's looking at me in the mirror. That's it. We set the standard for how we want our lives to be. Period. Period. Like, do you know that being unbothered is one of the biggest superpowers that you could have? Being unbothered, because when you are unbothered, when you do not worry about what other people think, it allows you to be who you are. When you don't worry about what other people think, it allows you to walk in your greatness. That is a superpower, because you know how many people do not want to be themselves. You know how many people are scared to be who they are. Exactly. It is freedom. It is freedom when you are able to walk in your greatness, to walk in your life, to live out loud. Baby, that is a superpower. And it's one that I didn't always have, because I was so worried about what other people thought about me that I couldn't tap in to my greatness, because I was so worried. Oh, well, let me not wear this because people go, listen, me wearing this right now with my arms out, baby, I would never do that before. Why? Because I was worried about what other people thought about me. So if I wore shirts with my arms out, showing my big arms, I was worried that everybody was going to say something about me being fat. I was worried about what, so listen to what I'm saying. I did not wear what I wanted to wear. I did not wear clothes that I liked, that I bought for myself. Now, listen, how you buy clothes for yourself with your money that you buy, but you don't wear it because you're worried about what other people are going to say about it. Who are you dressing for? Who are you buying clothes for? Are you buying clothes for you, or are you buying clothes for people? Because last time I checked, when I walked in the store, I buy clothes for Alethea. I buy stuff that Alethea likes. I'm not worried about if Deborah like what Alethea have on, because Deborah ain't come to the store with me. Honey, when I discovered the power of hashtag FTP, that was the greatest superpower I could have ever, when I discovered the power of fuck them people. Because listen, that was the best thing I could have ever learned in my entire life. It's a superpower. You live for you and not for other people. Because if you live for other people, then baby, you're not living. Period. Listen, how many of y'all have learned that you have to work hard? And working hard is the key to success. How many people have heard this? You have to work hard to be successful. Raise your hand if this is something that you have heard most of your life. You have to work hard in order to be successful. I see a whole lot of people saying yes, a whole lot of hands that's raised. You got to work hard. So what we've been taught is, if you work hard, then you will get what you want out of life. Right? The key is not working hard, but being in love with the process. The key is not working hard, is being in love with the process. Because there are people that have worked hard all their life and are miserable. There are people that have worked hard all their life and they still trying to make ends meet because they're more worried about working hard. They are working hard trying to get success, but they're not happy with what they're doing. They're working hard and they're miserable. This is something that I know for a fact, because if you do not know, I just recently resigned from teaching. I taught for over 15 years and I worked hard. I worked hard. And although I had a love for kids, it just kept getting harder and harder and harder. And I found myself being overworked and underpaid. How many of you in your life feel like you're overworked and underpaid? And I used to love it. But it was like I'm working so hard and I'm not reaping the benefits of my work. I see somebody say that I'm a teacher in the UK and it's a nightmare. Somebody said in the healthcare field also. Yeah, okay, baby, listen, at one point in my life, because I saw somebody said I worked 2 jobs only to stay homeless. Listen to me, at one time in my life, and I'm telling you, I kid you not, I worked 3 jobs. 3 jobs, three kids. This was my schedule, okay? I worked 7:30 to 2 at an early childhood center. It was part-time, 7:30 to 2. I left from there and I went and I did home health from 2 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Okay, so all of you mathematicians, I need you to do the math. 7:30 to 2, I worked in one place. I left from there and I worked from 2:30 to 11. Then after that, I left there and worked with another client doing home health from 11 to 7. $1 million question. When did I sleep? When did I have time to take care of my kids? I was working hard so that I can take care of my kids. Exactly. I was working hard so I can take care of my kids. I was working hard so I can give my kids and myself, keep a roof over my head. I kid you not. This is exactly, I was working 3 jobs. I was working 3 jobs and I was still on Section 8. Working 3 jobs, still on Section 8. Working 3 jobs, still on food stamps. Working 3 jobs. How did I function? I didn't. I relied on other people. Like, yes, and one of my volleyball moms said, and I still found time to coach volleyball because that's what I like doing. I was listen, y'all, I was being pulled every which way but loose. Also, I wanted to be a good provider for my kids. And what we were taught is that we have to damn near kill ourselves in order to be a good mama. We have to have no time for us in order to be a good mama. We don't take time for us in order to be. This is what we are taught, that everything is about our kids and nothing is about us. That is what we are taught. This is what we need to unlearn, because how are we going to take care of our kids? How are we going to be a good mother? How are we going to be a good provider if we don't take care of us? Can I just say that you are a good mother? Even if you take time and put yourself first, making yourself a priority still makes you a good mother. Because without you, who would your kids have? It makes you a good mama. So listen, I worked in education for 15 years, still struggling. Right now, I am doing what I love. Right now, I am going with the plan. I'm going with the process set on my life. I'm living in my purpose right now. And I'm doing what I love. Do you know that your gift will make room for you? Your gifts, your talents will make room for you. I am making my teacher's salary right now and then some. Did you hear what I said? I'm making my teacher's salary right now and then some. And the year has just started. It's just February. It's only February. But I'm doing what I love. I'm walking in my greatness. You don't have to work so hard to get the things that you want. Trust the process and do what you love. Do what you love. What else? There is a time for everything. How many times have we been told that there is a certain time frame for you to go to college, that you need to go to college in your 20s, that you should be married by this time, you should have a house by this time, you should have children by this time. Like, this is what the world tells us, that we need to have things in certain time frames. And if not, then you'll miss your opportunity. How many times have you heard this? How many times have you said, "Oh, okay, well, you need to go to college because you're of this age"? How many times have you heard, "Well, you need to get married because, baby, you ain't gonna have them looks forever"? Says who? And even if I don't have these looks forever, let me tell you something. Somebody gonna want me looking like I'm looking. So maybe it's not meant for me to get married to somebody that's gonna just want me for my looks. Cause I want somebody that's gonna love me with no weave, with no lashes on, no makeup, eye crust all in my eye, breath stinking. This is who I want to love me. This is who I want to love me. I need somebody that will love me when I'm walking around here in my moo with holes in it, looking ratchet, with my granny panties on, Cheetos. This is who I want to love me. So if I need to get married because my looks are not gonna last forever, Baby, I don't want to marry somebody who just wants me because of how I look. I don't need to be a trophy wife because I am a trophy to myself. I don't need to be no trophy for nobody else. Let me be good for me because I need you to love me at my worst so I can be my best. Listen to that again. I need you to love me at my worst. Because that makes me want to be my best. Love me at my worst. Love me when I don't have makeup on because then I'm a want to be cute every now and then. Love me at my worst. Don't just love me when I'm all together because then we gonna feel like we gonna always have to be a certain type of way. If you only love me when I look good, when you only love me when I have weave in, then I'ma feel like I'ma always have to have long hair. That I can never do anything else with my hair because then you're not gonna love me. If you only love me at a certain weight, then I'ma feel like if I gain weight, then you're not gonna love me. How many of us have dealt with this before? That we feel like we have to only be a certain type of way because if not, then we feel like the person that we're with is not going to love us the same. These are things that we have to unlearn. Baby, if you want to get married at 65 years old, then baby, you get married at 65 because you have to find what's right with you because you don't want to get married at 30 and then be divorced at 31. That's what we don't want. Just because you felt like you had to put a time frame on when you get married. Another thing is that some people will not like what I am going to say, but listen, some things you just have to get it out because I've been told that you have to have children at a certain age, and some people are taking that shit to heart, and so they try to rush being a mama and they are not ready. You can't rush being a mama, but because somebody done told you that you have to be a mama because they kept asking you, when are you having a child? When are you having a baby? When are you having a baby? And so you thought that if I don't have a baby by 40 years old, then I'm not going to ever have a child. So therefore, you mentally force yourself, you mentally program yourself to believe that now you have to have a baby. That you knew that you were not ready for. Then now you a mama and you don't know what to do. Now your mama is raising your child. You got your mama, you got your child calling your mama because you don't know how to be one. Because you wasn't ready. But people told you that you needed to have a child by a certain age. Baby, take your time. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. Let me tell you something. Everybody is not meant to be a parent. Some people are meant to be aunts and uncles and godmothers. And that's okay. That's okay. I need y'all to know that it's okay not to want to be a parent. You know what you are capable of. Listen, I know this lady that graduated college and she was what, 89, 90? Was it either college or high school? She graduated at 89 or 90. Do not limit yourself based on what other people say. Your time is your time. Okay, Mika said, and seasoned parents still have questions about how to raise children. Baby, I still have questions, and my youngest is 18. My daughter is 22, and my oldest is 25. I still have questions about, am I being a good parent to my children? I'm still learning every single day. And while we are speaking of learning, I'm so tired of people saying that you have to go to college to get a good job. I'm so tired of people saying you have to go to college to get a good job. No, you don't. No, you don't. The purpose of education is not to get a good job. So please stop telling your kids that. Please stop letting people tell you that the whole purpose of education is for you to get a good job. That is not the purpose of education. The purpose of education is to educate yourself so that you can grow consistently, so that you can create, so that you can be innovative. That's the purpose of you getting an education, so that you can continue to grow and learn. It's not to get a job. So please stop telling people that. And if you do not have the job of your dreams yet, that does not mean that you are a failure. If you are not where you need to be in life right now, that does not mean that you are a failure. People tell you that failure and success are opposites. That's a lie. That's a lie. You have to fail in order to be successful. You have to fail in order to be successful. Do you know how many times I've fallen on my face? Failure is how you learn. Making mistakes is how you learn. Failure is necessary. We need to unlearn this. Failure is necessary. It is a stepping stone, but the key to failure is to fail forward. That's the key. Because you don't want to fall backwards. You want to fail forward, fail this way. And what I mean by that is that you want to learn every time that you fail. You want to make your failure a stepping stone so that you can step forward. But if you fail and you keep repeating the same thing that you did, and then you haven't learned anything. You haven't learned anything. So you need to fail to learn, to move forward. Not keep repeating the same steps over and over, because then you're going to keep staying in that same spot. And you don't want to go backwards. The only time you look backwards is to see how far you've come. People also tell you that you just need to be happy. Happiness is all that you need. Happiness is temporary. Can we please unlearn that? Can we just unlearn that word, happiness? Because I don't want happiness, because happiness is temporary. It's temporary. It don't last. What I want is joy. Joy is everlasting. I will always have joy, and nobody can take joy from me. I repeat, I want joy in my life because joy is everlasting and nobody can take joy from you. People can take happiness from you. They can give you happiness and they can take happiness away. When you watch my videos, this is a perfect example. When you watch my videos, it makes you happy, right? I'm so happy. I done watched her videos and I'm so happy. She done made me happy. And yes, I'm woo. But if you don't also have joy within yourself, as soon as my video ends, so does your happiness. As soon as my video ends, then so does your happiness because you do not have joy in yourself. If you're in a relationship and you're looking for them to make you happy, then what happens when that person leaves? Then your happiness does too. You need to find joy inside of yourself. So when you watch my videos, it elevates the joy that you already have in yourself. So now you can go about your day and you can have a good day on purpose because I did not make you happy. I brought you joy that you already had. All I did was just elevate it just a little bit. That's all I did. That's all I did. I elevated what was already inside of you. So now you can go out there and have a good day on purpose. Because now you're not going to let anybody bother you. Now you're not going to let anybody ruin your day. You're not going to allow anybody to mess your day up because now you don't just have happiness, you have joy. And when you have joy, ain't nobody around this can steal it. Can't nobody around this can take it. You can't do nothing about my joy. You can't do nothing about it. You can try. You can try and take my joy all you want. Baby, I'm a whistle like the seven dwarfs. Baby, what you gonna do? You can't touch me. When you have joy, you are untouchable. When you have happiness, you're just untouchable for the moment. Ooh. When you have happiness, you're just untouchable for the moment. But when you have joy, baby, I'm MC Hammer on them hoes. You can't touch this at all, period. You can, what? You can't touch me, period. You can't even get close to me because I'm not going to let you take it. Yes, joy raises the vibrations. Not smile, because bitch, you're gorgeous. Stop looking for happiness, because happiness is just a feeling, and feelings come and feelings go. So what do you want? Do you just want a feeling? Or do you want something everlasting? That's why some people are in relationships right now that they don't want to be in because they realize later on that they was just happy because it was just a feeling. And then when that feeling left, it was like, I don't even know why I'm with this person because I don't even like them that much. But I was happy at the moment. I'm sorry that I'm in y'all business right now. My bad. I'm sorry. Iggy, have you ever just been happy in your relationship?
Just happy as can be.
And how long did that last?
I'm single now.
What happened?
The happiness ran out.
Ooh, not the happiness ran out.
Like, eventually you gotta be by yourself and realize that the happiness, like, if you don't have, like you said, if you don't have it for yourself, by yourself, then you really gonna be dependent on that person to bring you everything that you need, and eventually that makes you miserable.
Ooh.
No matter how happy you are, how much you love that person.
So what you saying is happiness has an expiration date.
Correct.
Ooh, happiness has an expiration date. So how many of y'all are living in happiness and it has expired? How many? Some of y'all relationships, y'all need to look at that date because it is about to expire. Some of these friendships, it is about to expire because guess what? Y'all not happy anymore. It's like getting curdled. Is kind of getting spoiled. You know how when you you know how when you got milk and we check the date on on the milk and we see that it's past the expiration date, but we still gotta taste it. We still gotta just to make sure that it's not expired. Then sometimes because everything has an expiration date. Sometimes we have food because I know that I've been guilty of this once or twice. Like I buy meat or something and I see it says used by a certain time. Used by a certain time. And I see that it's over the time and I open that meat and I smell it. Oh, will it still smell good? So I'm going to use it. Y'all tell the truth and shame the devil. How many of y'all have done that? How many of y'all have had that meat that had an expiration date? It was past that time and y'all opened that meat and y'all smelt it and y'all was like, oh, it's still good. And then you wonder why the next day you have diarrhea because you wonder why the next day you have diarrhea. You wondering why the next day you feel sick because you still thought that everything was still good. This is how some of our relationships are. We think that everything is still good when it's past the expiration date. Y'all need to know when things have been expired. We need to unlearn the theory of happiness. We need to unlearn it. So I hope that I have taught you some things that you need to unlearn because these are patterns in our lives. These are habits. These are behaviors that we have been taught. Unlearn this so you can have a better quality of life. Unlearn these things so you can learn how to love yourself more. Unlearn these things so you can truly have peace and joy in your life. So if you liked this, okay, unlearn to relearn in a better way. If you like this episode, if you like what you saw, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for everybody on these lives for staying with me and putting in your comments and adding to this. Thank you so much for everybody watching. Listen, subscribe, like, share, follow, do all of those wonderful things. And also visit my website, IamAlethea.com, for all things me. All right? I love y'all. Remember that you are everything and everything is you. Remember that you are the shits, the whole shit, and nothing but the shits. Now, baby, go out there and be great in their face. And as always, have a good day on purpose here. You're welcome. Bye.
Not smile, because bitch, you're gorgeous.